like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave me a comment. Without further ado,
Hey kids, it's Hyperdellic, and today we're taking a look at Beetlejuice by Loyal Subjects. Yeah, that means they're gonna be messed up weird elbows and knees, but that's fine. They do really good sculpts, and you know, I just saw the Beetlejuice movie the other night, and I loved it. It was great. I'm a big fan of Beetlejuice, and obviously this is not the movie Beetlejuice. This is the Beetlejuice from the cartoon. If you grew up in the 90s, you couldn't have missed it. Not even if you tried. It was a good cartoon too. I liked it. It was still back in the day of hand-drawn animation too. There's no computer animation I can tell in this series. So here, we'll take a look at the side profile. Nothing much. But we get to see what all the multiple accessories are. Beetlejuice, seemingly fun. Beetlejuice is a trickster and mischievous ghost. Rude and crude, he loves to scare people and pull pranks on them. Beetlejuice is always on the lookout for a quick snack of insects, including flies and beetles. Although it's spelled files and beetles, so they screwed that up. Despite his malicious nature, he occasionally directs his chaos towards other evil for the benefit of good people, such as Lydia. Comes with multiple accessories. He's incredible. Sculpt details. I mean, that's kind of tooting your own horn, right? You know, they do really nice job on the sculpts, though. And I don't know, there's something on my box. It says there's 31 points of articulation. We're gonna find out. There's the side. That's what the top looks like. And there's your bottom, for those of you who would like the barcode to find it and research it. All right. Well, without further ado, we're gonna rip into it.
Hyperdellic.
La 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 la. Right? Because it's Beetlejuice. Listen, I am really excited to have Beetlejuice in my collection. But this is not going to be the review for you if you love this figure. I got a lot of shit talking to do. and it's a shame too, because I am so disappointed. Like, I wanted to be really happy and like super satisfied with this figure, but I am not. And I'm going to tell you guys why, okay? First off, this is Loyal Subjects, okay? Loyal Subjects, right off the bat, especially the older stuff prior to the most recent Ninja Turtles ones, I think the IDW versions of the Ninja Turtles that they did, almost all of the elbows and stuff like that are trash. They look awful. Do they allow you to pose the figure in really nice dynamic poses? Yeah, it does. But what you sacrifice for that, it's just not worth it. I loved the Beetlejuice cartoon. I think it was 89 to 91, somewhere around there. I think it ran a couple of seasons. And it was great. I remember watching it constantly in syndication. I love Beetlejuice. The movie itself was great. I used to collect some of the toys way back in the day. Wish I still had them. Anytime it's on, or anytime I'm flipping through, you know, stuff, and I'm like, Beetlejuice, yeah, let's watch that. You know, my wife loves Beetlejuice. My daughter has even kind of gotten into Beetlejuice. We used to tell my older daughter that she was Lydia, because she lived in one big dark room. If you knew my daughter, you would understand that joke. But right. But before I get into the issues that I have with this figure, let's talk about the one positive that I really think this figure has going on with it. And it is the multitude of accessories. The first thing that he comes with is, and you know, I can't remember her name for the life of me, but the little dancing spider lady who was always like this, talking like that, right? She had a little bit of a New York accent, and that's nice. You know, she's cute. It's adorable. It's a nice little like pack-in. She has a little bit of some, you know, a little bit of articulation. The arms move, the torso rotates, and the head moves. I believe that is it. These legs are stationary. Okay, so we'll put her over here with the juice. Wait, just gotta look up. There you go. Ah, she's looking at us. All right, so he also comes with a little cane, right? Which is cool. It's not bad. It's a little on the, it's kind of gummy, right? But that's fine. It's just a cane. Okay, so we'll do that. And then he also comes with a top hat, which I think is great. There is some denting in the top hat, and I don't know if that's supposed to fit there. I mean, it kind of holds on tight, or yeah, it looks like that's how it does. So there we go. We got the top hat on him. I apologize. He's not on screen. He's a little wobbly too. Like, he's hard to pose. He also comes with this weird jug. I don't recall this jug from the cartoon. I got to assume that it has something to do with the cartoon. He also comes with a little beetle, right? He gets hungry. He needs a little something to eat. Oh, got a nosh on something, right? Got something to nosh. Come on. He's supposed to be able to hold the beetle. Okay. And then we're going to put the hat back on him. Okay, and then he comes with a few hands. He's got like a hand that's kind of, I don't know, flattened and holding out. He's got another one that's like that on the other side. And he's got one with the little pinky finger sticking up. Well, I think I'm right off the bat. We're going to switch that out. And that's the one that he's going to be holding his beetle with. Because he's refined, right? Now, I think that for the dollar amount, he is a value, okay? If you are a Beetlejuice fan, I think there's this one, there's the NECA more premium line, but he's only partly articulated. Like, he doesn't bend at the legs or anything like that. He's got like boot cut, swivels and stuff like that. But then there's I've got this one too. This is actually my wife's, the Toonie Terrors ones. And this one has almost about the same articulation as the larger NECA one from a couple of years ago when they put those out. Which I'm going to say, I've seen them out in the wild, and I passed on them just because it wasn't in my budget. But if I had the budget for it, I would have picked it up. I'm still kind of on the lookout for one. I've seen the Hot Toys one, but I'm not spending that much money on an action figure, right? I want a good 6-inch or 7-inch, maybe NECA, maybe somebody else, with at least 31 points of articulation at the very least. But we're gonna get closer up on this one, and I'm gonna show you what I like about it and what I hate about it. All right, let's do that now. Right? It's great. I like it. But you can see, and I'm going to tell you, this is not just viewable under a camera with a zoom lens on it. I can see this clearly with my naked eye. There is so much paint slop on this figure. So much paint slop. Like, I have half a mind to actually send it back and say, I want a different one. This is so messy that I don't even feel confident enough to go over it with like peroxide to clean up all the slop spots, right? And I'm going to say, like, right now, we're going to go over this head, and the head is great. If it wasn't for the paint slop, this would be a phenomenal figure, just because the sculpt is really good. It's really, like, it really hits the notes, and the colors are really cool. I like the use of color. I hate how they applied it. Like, it is so bad. And you guys saw, this was an in-package figure, right? Nobody else touched this. Nobody else messed with this. Could this have been, like, sat in some heat or something? Maybe. I don't see any paint on the package anywhere, so I got to assume that it did not rub around in the package. And there's more. There's more paint slop. I mean, look, as we move down, we'll go towards the neck, and there's all kinds of, like, just mist area, bad masking, it seems like. But we'll talk about the head. The head is on a ball peg, right? You can go 360, I think, if you really force it. It has the capability, but it does not have the room to do it. There is not a lot of range of motion in that head. For a company that likes to boast that they have the best articulation, they do not. Okay. And the thing is like I have a love-hate relationship with loyal subjects. I love them, I do, but sometimes I hate them. Sometimes I think that there are things that I think they do amazing. Like their sculpts are incredible. Their articulation is trash. The way that their articulation looks is not good. Like point in case, right here, this waist thing that only makes him bend a little bit, right? And cuts the sculpt in half in an awkward spot and moves like there's the tie cut away. So like you're not gonna pose him like that. I mean, somebody might, but you're a heathen if you do. So here's my thing, because like there's a waist articulation, right? Why did we even need that? We didn't even need that. You could have just left it at the waist articulation and it would have been fine. But no. And not to mention, you probably could have given that waist articulation a ball peg like you got going on here in the diaphragm. You don't need a diaphragm to cut a button-down shirt, okay? That's bad planning, especially when you have a coat that you could have hidden all of that under. That's another point missed. Again, we've got some more paint slop on the hand, for crying out loud. On the freaking hand. So that's probably done by a separate department. So overall, this thing had some terrible paint slop all over. Like you can see that there are spots that weren't thoroughly painted in the white parts. And then down here, like, see, look at that. The white just kind of looks like it was smudged all over the damn place. There was no QC done on this thing whatsoever, because if there was, this shouldn't have made it in to the pile of good ones. This should not have gotten packaged. This should have gotten cleaned up or something. I don't know. But I mean, look at that. There's all that paint slop all over the place. Paint smudging, paint slop. And it's not just located to one part. So like that might be done on two separate, assembly lines, which does not say anything good about Loyal Subject's production. I couldn't, there's the box information that I displayed at the beginning of the video. You can take a look at it, and I don't know if there's anything that indicates like which plant this was manufactured at, or if there's a bad plant or a good plant. There's all the foot, information. But I'm going to tell you, like, just between this weird diaphragm and the horrible paint slop everywhere, not to mention the fact that there's no striping on the knees. There should have been. The knees don't swivel. So, I mean, to put some paint on the corners there probably would have been, yes, maybe it would have come off in the long run. But don't tell me you cared about that when I got this. Okay? Like, there's just like priorities were made, and apparently they were in the wrong place. So like I said, I wanted to be excited about this figure, but that QC issue really messes with it. Now, I haven't even gone into the articulation. There's a few things about this figure's articulation that, one, okay, look at this shoulder. There's like some kind of a weird buckling happening right there. I don't even know what the hell that is. Like, this is a trash figure. This is one of the worst figures I've ever opened. And I mean, I sent back my Alien figure from NECA because the box was smashed by Best Buy. Okay, this was done by Amazon. The box was in great shape too. There was nothing wrong with the box. There were no scrapes or cuts or anything on the box. Tape hadn't been replaced or anything, so it wasn't opened. This got shipped this way, right? But I'm gonna say this much: they put a butterfly in there, so I mean, there's some range of motion to where his arm can land. But again, and I said this before, there are sacrifices that you make. And that, right there, is one of them. Look at that. That's atrocious. I've looked at a lot of figures over the last year or so, and I gotta be honest, like, being scrupulous and getting as scrutinizing with these action figures as I possibly can, without being a total jerk and just absolutely negative. I've said it before too. Like my Ninja Turtles, I have Donnie and I have Mikey in Loyal Subjects. I also have I've got a Krang. I have The Krang is actually phenomenal. I have Shredder, he's meh. And then I've got Bebop, who is actually really good. But again, the only thing that ever ruins them are these elbows. These elbows are just awful. Awful. This could be done better. I mean, tell me that's a good joint? That's what you were going for? That's why you had to do your articulation the way that you did? Listen, I've seen better articulation on other figures, and like, they were more expensive, granted, but they weren't big names like Loyal Subjects. I mean, Loyal Subjects is a fairly large, production house. They put out a lot of figures. I know they're not like Playmates or Mattel or anything, but nonetheless, they've been around for long enough to where this is atrocious. Like, literally, it's atrocious. Quality concern-wise, this is atrocious. If I was judging this figure only on the paint, this thing would get a 1. Maybe not even a 1. The colors are nice. The vibrance of the yellow and the pinks and all of that. The color scheme is beautiful. Execution is god-awful. Like, there should have been better quality concern. And I know I keep going back to that, but I can't help it. I mean, Beetlejuice is like Santa Claus in our family, right? I mean, like, I love this figure. I love this character. Michael Keaton was excellent. The second movie, I loved it. I freaking loved it. Say whatever you want negative about that movie. I thought it did more than a good enough job. Right? And I know how Tim Burton is. I've watched Tim Burton movies. Sometimes you get a good one, sometimes you don't. So I mean, like, yeah, this could have been phenomenal as far as Beetlejuice goes. My wife has one too that I haven't opened, that I'm not going to open. That's hers. I bought this separately, but I haven't really scrutinized it at all to see if the paint slop is a part of that one. But it's just, like I said, Loyal Subjects, atrocious. I know this thing has been sitting in a package for about 2 years, but atrocious. That's atrocious. I don't care how long it's been sitting in a package. It should have never gotten to look like that. I don't know what could have made it look like that, but that's not somebody messing around. That's bad paint. That's just bad paint. That got past quality control. And whatever quality control agent that got past, they need to get written up. All right, let's do a couple of quick photos with him, and then we'll do my final thoughts. Okay, final thoughts on the Beetle guy. We're gonna say his name 3 times, right? Because then he'll show up and probably make chaos, ruin some stuff, break a few things. I mean, I ain't rich, I can't afford for him to go smashing things. How do I feel about this figure? It's a mixed bag. I should love the hell out of this figure. I should love the hell out of this figure. I should feel as though if I needed to make some customizations to it, they were minor and not going to be a lot of work. But instead, I feel like I'm going to be like doing some serious work on this thing just to clean it up and make it like look better. Does it look fantastic on a shelf? Yeah. Oh yeah. You can pose this up, make it look beautiful. I think it is. Like I said, like the one thing Loyal Subjects does fantastic is their sculpting. Just, they need to work on the articulation. They really, really do. Their articulation is just, it's ugly, to say the least, right? It's ugly. They don't, Loyal Subjects does not do a good job when it comes to working with the sculpt and fitting those points of art, like that diaphragm. That is unnecessary. It could have just been part of the waist twist. And most of these points of articulation, with the exception of the legs and knees, don't really go very far. So, like, why? Why do we even need some of them? That's an even bigger point right there. Is like, when you put this together, Loyal Subjects, where did you stop and go, yeah, that's perfect? Because you should have looked at that and gone, man, we could do better. That kind of looks weak. Those knees are just awful. Okay, I hate them. I think they are terrible. And go back and look at just about any of my reviews. When do I ever say I hate this or that about a figure? Not often. I'm using some very strong language, mainly because I wanted to like this figure so much. I like the cartoon version of Beetlejuice. I love the cartoon version of Beetlejuice. In fact, I'm kind of hoping that they, bring that back. I want to see more of that. I think it would be a missed opportunity on the producer's parts. Yeah, Burton, I'm talking to you. Is this my favorite figure of all time? Nope, not even close. Unfortunately, it's not even close. I am still smitten with the character. I am still smitten. Like that, the face sculpt is fantastic. Once I clean it up, it'll be even better, right? And it came with some nice accessories. The top hat is a nice little, trick, even though some of the paint is terrible on it. Same thing with the cane. Very nice. Little bit of slop on that, The only thing that doesn't have paint slop is that beetle. And I'll bet you it does. Somehow. Come here, BJ. That's his nickname, right? Call him BJ for short. What do you want? Hey, Beetlejuice. Don't say it too many times. Yeah. Hey, just tell all the fine folks what I need them to know. All right, over here, you're going to subscribe and turn on notifications. And then you're going to hit like and, check out the description. There's links to Hyperdellic's Patreon page in there. Go check that out and give them money. Help support the arts. This is art. It is. It's art. If you want to see more content like this, you got to help support. God knows I can't keep it up. But listen, guys, I just want to say thank you for checking out this review. Thank you for reviewing any of my videos. I appreciate my audience a lot. I am a weird, strange, and niche sort of person. And the fact that you all follow me means that you are all weird, strange, and sort of filling your own weird niche in the world. I like that. I appreciate that. Thank you for being my kind. All right, kids. You have a great day. Thank you for checking out this review. Hopefully, we get some more Beetlejuice now that new movie is out. I want some more figures. I want Lydia Dietz. I want a better version of this. Okay? I want NECA to do a more upgraded version of their Beetlejuice figure. I want better articulation. And I don't want to have to spend $300 and go to Hot Toys just to do that. Okay? That's what I want. Let's make that happen. All right, kids. Have a great one. And remember to play lots, play hard. All right. Bye. Meow.